Welcome to this short Energy and Water Reporting and Benchmarking, or EWRB, video by the City of Toronto. If you have not already done so, you are now ready to add the consumption data for each meter used by your building. First, navigate to the Energy or Water tab for your property. You need to get to the Manage Bills or Meter Entries page in order to add consumption data. To access the Manage Bills or Meter Entries page, you have two options. 1. Click on the Enter Your Bills button in the meter summary box on the left side of the page. Or 2. Click on the name of the meter in the Meters Used to Compute Metrics table on the bottom right of the page. Let's learn to navigate this page before moving on to the task of entering consumption data. At the top of the page, to the right of Meter Selection, is a drop-down list that lets you switch between the meters you have created. The light blue bar beneath that is the Basic Meter Information section. Toggle the small triangle at the left end of the bar to open and close this section. This is where you can edit the attributes of the meter. Note, if you are experiencing a Date Meter Became Active error message, this is where you can change the date meter became active. Be sure to click the Save Changes button if you make changes. Below the Basic Meter Information section is the Monthly Entries section, which contains the table that you will use to enter your consumption data. Click in the Display Years field on the right side of the Monthly Entries section to filter consumption data by year or to show all years. You can enter consumption data into the Monthly Entries table in 4 ways. Your first option is to click the Click to Add an Entry link. This lets you manually add consumption data to the Monthly Entries table one row at a time. For each row, the required inputs are start date, end date, usage, and estimation. Only check the estimation box if you are entering estimated usage values. Cost data is optional. A second way to enter data is to click the Add Another Entry link. This will add a new row to the Monthly Entries table. Portfolio Manager automatically makes the new row's start date the same day as the previous row's end date to ensure you have no gaps in your data entry. It also automatically sets the end date for the new row to 1 month after the start date for the new row on the assumption that you are entering monthly billing data. You can change the end date for the row if needed. A third way to enter data is the copy and paste method. This is a complex data entry option that requires troubleshooting. It will be covered in the Troubleshooting Data Entry Issues section of this video. Clicking the Learn How to Copy and Paste link will take you to a tutorial page that shows you how to download a spreadsheet template that you can fill with consumption data. The template is intended to allow you to copy and paste consumption data from the template into the Monthly Entries table, multiple rows at a time. The fourth option for entering consumption data is to use the Single Meter Spreadsheet link under the heading Upload Data in Bulk for this meter. This option allows you to upload a full year of data into the Monthly Entries table. This data entry option also requires troubleshooting and will be covered in the Troubleshooting Data Entry Issues section of this video. You also have options for removing consumption data from the table. To use the Delete Selected Entries option, you must check the boxes next to the rows you want to delete before clicking the Delete Selected Entries link. Clicking the link triggers this prompt. Click Continue to confirm that you want to delete the selected rows. Clicking on the Delete All Meter Data for this meter link will delete all your rows of data. Clicking this link will trigger this prompt. Click Continue to confirm that you really do want to delete all the data for the meter. Keep these top 4 things in mind as you enter your data into the Monthly Entries table. Tip 1. The start and end dates of different billing periods cannot overlap. This will cause an error. Tip 2. The date meter became active for each meter needs to be the same as the start date of the first row of consumption data for that meter. Tip 3. Portfolio Manager needs consumption data for all fuels for a full 12-month period in order to calculate metrics for your property. For instance, to generate metrics for the 2022 calendar year, Portfolio Manager requires data for each meter for the period from January 1st, 2022 through to December 31st, 2022. If your utility does not bill according to calendar months, you will need 13 utility bills for Portfolio Manager to capture a complete calendar year. Tip 4. Portfolio Manager will not calculate weather normalized energy use if any of your billing periods are 65 days or longer. So, if you have a billing period that is 65 days or longer, you must split it into multiple consumption periods that are each shorter than 65 days. After you have used one of the 4 data entry options to enter consumption data into the monthly entries table, scroll to the bottom of the Manage Bills or Meter Entries page and click the Save Bills button. You will see a green bar confirming that you have successfully updated your consumption data for the meter. Thank you for watching the City of Toronto's short EWRB video.